All right, so today we're going to be diving into 50 first dates
Oh, fun.
and the science behind it, amnesia.
Right.
So we're using the Wikipedia article as kind of our jumping off point, but we're going to go way beyond just the rom-com part of it.
It's a really interesting premise, like having to win somebody over every single day because their memory resets.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that touches on some real anxieties about memory and relationships and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And so for people who maybe haven't seen the movie follows Henry, who falls for Lucy, an art teacher with anterograde amnesia.
Right.
So she wakes up each day with no memory of the day before.
And that's where the movie, I think, takes its biggest leap from reality.
Okay.
Anterograde amnesia, it does exist, but it's not typically caused by, the kind of car accident that they portray in the movie.
So what does cause it then?
So more often, it's the result of damage to the hippocampus,
Right.
which is a brain structure that's really vital for forming new memories. And this damage can be caused by, a stroke or a brain infection or even neurosurgery.
Oh, wow. So it gets the what of amnesia, right? But not necessarily the how.
Exactly.
But in the film, Lucy's amnesia is presented as a complete daily reset.
Right.
Is that accurate?
Not entirely.
Okay.
Anterograde amnesia primarily affects, like, the formation of new episodic memories, which are memories of specific events.
Mm-hmm.
Other types of memory, like semantic memory, which involves like facts and general knowledge, are often less effective.
So someone with anterograde amnesia might not remember what they had for breakfast,
Right.
but they could still recall, like, the capital of France.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a very nuanced condition, and the movie simplifies it for narrative purposes.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, the film centers on the romantic challenge of Henry having to win Lucy over again every day.
Yeah.
He comes up with some pretty elaborate schemes, right?
Yeah, he does. He uses messages, creates these staged chance encounters, even makes her a video explaining her situation each morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's very charming.
It is.
But in reality, living with such severe anterograde amnesia would be incredibly challenging, not just romantically, but in every aspect of life.
Absolutely. And that brings to mind a real-life case that echoes some of those challenges. And I'm talking about Michelle Philpotts, the woman who wakes up believing it's 1994 every day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a really powerful illustration of how, anterograde amnesia can impact someone's life.
Yeah.
Imagine waking up every morning thinking it's decades in the past.
It's wild.
Her husband uses a photo album to remind her of their life together.
Oh, wow.
And, even simple tasks become incredibly difficult for her.
Wow. It really puts the fictionalized portrayal in 50 First Dates into perspective.
Yeah.
Like in the film, there's a certain lightheartedness to Lucy's amnesia.
Right.
But Michelle's case highlights like the profound and often heartbreaking reality of living with such a condition.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really important to acknowledge that the film, while entertaining, takes significant liberties with the complexities and severity of anterograde amnesia.
Right.
But, it does offer a window into the experience, even if through a somewhat rose-colored lens.
Yeah, for sure.
And, speaking of the film's portrayal, there's another real-life case that's particularly intriguing.
Okay.
It involves a woman who, after a car accident, began experiencing a daily memory reset, much like Lucy in the film.
It's almost as if, like, 50 First Dates foreshadowed this case.
Right.
Like, could this be like a bizarre instance of life imitating art?
Well, this woman had never actually seen 50 First Dates.
Oh, wow.
However, she did mention that Drew Barrymore was her favorite actress.
Okay, now that's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
Could there be a subconscious link?
Right.
Is it possible that simply knowing the star of the film somehow influenced her experience of amnesia?
It's a fascinating question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It suggests that perhaps our exposure to media, even subconsciously, can shape our understanding and even experience of medical conditions.
It takes that idea of, like, the power of suggestion to a whole new level.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder about the subtle ways that our minds might be influenced by the stories we consume.
Exactly. It highlights the complex interplay between our minds, our experiences, and the media we engage with.
Yeah, this deep dive is taking us down some unexpected paths.
Sure.
But let's shift gears a bit.
Yeah.
50 First Dates, at its core, is a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
Designed to entertain. But beyond the entertainment value, did the film have any lasting impact on the real world?
It's interesting you ask that.
Yeah.
Despite its fictionalized take on amnesia, 50 First Dates has actually inspired some innovative approaches to caring for individuals with memory impairments.
Now, that's a surprising twist.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate on how a rom-com about memory loss led to real-world solutions?
Well, remember how Henry created that daily video for Lucy, explaining her situation, reminding her of their relationship?
Yes, it was his way of, like, grounding her in her reality each day.
Precisely. And this concept, while fictionalized in the film, provided the spark for a real-world program at the Hebrew home of Riverdale in the Bronx,
Oh,
a
wow.
senior care facility.
Okay.
They've implemented an experimental program inspired by 50 First Dates, where residents with early dementia start their day by watching personalized videos.
So they've adapted the idea of Henry's video for Lucy,
Right.
but instead of explaining amnesia, these videos feature messages from loved ones.
That's right. The videos offer words of encouragement, share cherished memories, and provide a sense of familiarity and connection for those struggling with memory loss.
Like a daily dose of love and support delivered through technology.
Exactly.
What a heartwarming application of a seemingly whimsical movie concept.
It demonstrates how even fictional stories can inspire real-world innovation and compassion.
Yeah, I went into this deep dive expecting to mainly debunk Hollywood myths about amnesia, but I'm genuinely impressed by the positive impact 50 First Dates has had.
It's a testament to the power of storytelling, even in its most lighthearted forms, to spark meaningful change.
Yeah.
But as we've discussed, there's also a flip side to this.
Right.
The cases where real-life experiences seem to mirror or even be influenced by the film's portrayal of amnesia are both fascinating and a bit unsettling.
Yeah, it raises important questions about the influence of media on our perceptions and experiences.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should always approach media with a critical eye, recognizing that even entertainment can have a profound impact on our understanding of the world, including medical conditions. It's a good reminder that, we're constantly interacting with stories, and those stories can shape our understanding of the world in ways we might not even realize.
Yeah, definitely.
But speaking of stories, we can't forget the heartwarming core of 50 First Dates.
Right.
Henry's dedication to Lucy, even though she doesn't remember him each day.
Yeah.
It's incredibly romantic.
It is. And while that level of devotion, might seem far-fetched,
Yeah.
it does raise some interesting questions about the nature of commitment and the lengths we're willing to go for the people we love.
I mean, imagine having to essentially reintroduce yourself to your partner every single day.
Every day. Yeah,
It would require a remarkable amount of patience and understanding, wouldn't it?
absolutely. And adaptability.
Yeah.
The film, in its own way, highlights those qualities as essential ingredients for navigating the complexities of any relationship,
For sure.
even those not involving amnesia.
That's a great point. It takes the idea of meeting someone new to a whole other level.
Right.
But beyond the romantic aspect, 50 First Dates also makes us think about the importance of memory in our own lives.
Yeah.
Earlier, you posed a really thought-provoking question.
Oh, yeah?
If you could only retain one day's worth of memories, what would you choose to remember?
Yeah, it's a question that forces us to confront, the value we place on different experiences and relationships.
Yeah.
Like, what memories are so precious that we'd want to hold on to them, even if it meant losing all others?
It's a tough one. I think I'd choose a day filled with laughter and connections surrounded by loved ones. A day that captures the essence of happiness and reminds me of what truly matters.
That's a beautiful choice for me. I think I'd select a day marked by, a profound moment of learning or discovery, something that shifted my perspective and expanded my understanding of the world.
It seems we both gravitate towards memories that evoke strong emotions and personal meaning.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, doesn't it? Memory isn't just about storing facts and events.
Yeah.
It's about holding on to the feelings and connections that shape who we are.
Precisely. And while 50 First Dates may be a lighthearted rom-com,
Yeah.
it does in its own way touch on the profound impact memory has on our identities and relationships.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into 50 First Dates and the real world of amnesia, what's the key takeaway you hope our listeners will ponder?
I think it's a reminder that stories, even fictional ones, can have a ripple effect on our lives. They can spark conversations, challenge our assumptions, and even inspire real-world change.
And perhaps just as importantly, this deep dive encourages us to appreciate the complexity and fragility of memory.
Right.
It's a gift worth cherishing, exploring, and even questioning.
Yeah.
After all, as we've discovered, the line between what we remember and what we believe can sometimes be surprisingly thin.
Well said. And with that thought in mind, we encourage you, our listener, to continue exploring the depths of your own memories.
Yeah.
What moments would you choose to hold on to?
Oh,
And how have the stories you've encountered shaped your understanding of the world?
that's a good one.
Keep those questions close, and until next time, keep those minds open.